We are a few kilometers from Ribeira Grande, a small town located on São Miguel Island, the largest of the Azores archipelago. Here, on the edges of the Fogo volcano, two geothermal power stations produce 161 gigawatt hours every year, representing 43% of the island's energy needs.
This is the well CL1. It is our deepest well with a maximum depth of over 2,000 meters. We collect water and steam from the 5 production wells that we have at the Ribeira Grande power plant. The steam at the surface, the temperature is in the order of 155 degrees centigrades. And from the different geothermal production wells, like this one, it is taken to the power plant to produce electricity.
The volcanic nature of the Azores archipelago has created a perfect natural energy reservoir. It sometimes manifests itself on the surface to the great joy of tourists who can enjoy bathing in hot springs.
The Azores are located in a very particular situation. We are in a triple junction point, which means that in this place 3 different tectonic plates they meet: the African, the Eurasian, and the American plate. This is the main reason why we have seismic and volcanic activity here, and this is also the reason why we can find fumaroles and other thermal manifestations of this very high geothermal gradient.
As a result, we can see strange pipes in the countryside transporting this natural energy to the geothermal power station. For the Azores, this source of energy represents a truly strategic operation.
The Azores has a great dependence in using the oil products. Having this in mind, there was a big need and a strong effort and a commitment to develop renewable energies which could be available in the Azores.
In 1980, an experimental power station was successfully built. Thanks to the co-financing of the European Regional Development Fund, the first operational power station was put into use in 1994.
We are now at the control room of Ribeira Grande plant. Here we started in 1994, so we have a long history of success of use of geothermal in this plant. This is the reason why we recently started a new project, a new power plant in Pico Vermelho, just 3 kilometers far from here.
In all, 60 million euros were invested in this project, with 25 million euros financed by the European Union. The hot water and steam from various wells arrive at the power station by way of a collector. The water is separated from the steam. The heat is then transmitted to a fluid which is used to rotate a turbine. To do this, the fluid is heated by a hot water conduit before reaching its maximum temperature and then vaporizes when it comes into contact with steam. The water used is re-injected into the ground while the fluid is sent to the turbine. On cooling, the fluid will increase in volume and rotate the turbine that is connected to an alternator.
We are close to the substation of the Ribeira Grande geothermal power plant. This plant is a 13 megawatt power plant, and together with this Pico Vermelho plant, we are producing 42% of the power consumption in São Miguel Island.
The 130,000 inhabitants of São Miguel can now benefit from electricity, almost half of which comes from a renewable source.
The production of the both power plants, it's injected to the grid, and it's distributed by the EDA, which is the regional power company. And in conjunction with the thermal diesel production and also with hydro, all this energy is used according to the needs.
The thermoelectric power station of São Miguel, which is powered by fuel, is no longer the island's only source of energy. New geothermal exploitation projects have been underway for some time. The island of Teixeira will also be equipped with a geothermal power station. The Azores will therefore gain in energy independence while also having a sustainable development policy.